Nintendo Power to give the winner of the contest the equivalent cash value instead.
I don't know what that would have been. Probably not a whole lot, but still.
Basically, they would have flown you out.
Yeah.
Probably put you up at a hotel.
Whatever
bit of
scale.
Coke and whore money, so... You're looking at maybe a few grand.
It's Nintendo Power is giving away Coke and whore money to some lucky 13-year-old boy.
Of course. A standalone sequel, Son of the Mask, featuring neither Carrey nor Diaz was eventually released. It was
an involuntary reaction. I'm sorry about that.
In 2005, but it was a critical and commercial failure upon its release.
Fuck you, Jamie Kennedy.
I can't blame Jamie Kennedy on that. I can blame people for making it.
Yeah.
Because, what's Jamie Kennedy going to do? Like, do I want to be in a sequel to Mask? Absolutely. Should I be? No. On the possibility of an actual sequel to the 1994 film, with Carrey reprising the role of Stanley Ipkiss and Diaz as Tina Carlisle, Mike Richardson has said, "We've been talking about reviving The Mask, both in film and in comics. We've had a couple of false starts. That means no.
And it's best you leave it alone."
Yeah.
We do go to The Mask.
We do.
Cut to Edge City.
Oh, not there yet.
No, yeah.
No, we're at the underwater thingy.
No. It shows Edge City first, and then it goes underwater.
I thought it went the other way around.
No.
Either way, so we see the matte painting that is fucking Edge City.
This is where
straight up a painting.
This is where the first deleted scene was. It was literally like you were watching an episode of Vikings. It's actual like Vikings, and they bring a witch to lock away the cursed mask,
right.
Loki's mask, and all his dark magic is in the mask, and it's locked away forever. And so then they leave.
Explains everything beforehand.
And then they and then they drop the box and they go, "This is cursed land. Leave it for others." And then it shows the hill that's there in that scene, and then it fades into the matte painting of Edge City, present day.
That doesn't sound good, but it might be less jarring than just seeing that fucking matte painting.
You'd be surprised
because that painting. The smoke isn't even moving.
Yeah.
It is, considering the great effects that follow in this film, I'm looking at this going, Jesus, dude, like,
they gotta
put
cut
a couple
corners.
more bucks into that.
They gotta cut corners somewhere.
Yeah.
Cut to underwater, some divers just looking for stuff, I guess. Not really. These people aren't explained.
Yeah, they're just divers.
They find a box, and what the hell is that? And then as they're jimmying it open, a large pipe beam
of sorts
breaks off and kills the guy.
Which is unnecessary.
Breaking open the lock, releasing the mask. Smash cut to...
Such a weird fucking thing.
Stanley and his buddy Charlie, played by the late, great Richard Jeni.
Yes.
And he's just, he's a loser, right? He's one of those lovable losers, and he got his coworker some tickets to a thing.
I got those concert tickets you were looking for. Oh my God, Stanley, you're the greatest thing ever. Well, what time should I pick you up? Well... Here's the thing.
Yeah, my friend's in town, and I can't leave the friend. Well, being the nice guy that he is, we'll take the friend instead of me. Are you sure? Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. Bitch. Seriously. Are you fucking serious, you horrible, horrible human being? This guy buys you tickets, which, by the way, it's like a fucking opera. It's not a concert. I paused it. It's not a fucking concert or something like that. It's a show of sorts.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm just going to take these tickets, not pay you for them, not go with you like you clearly wanted to go out on a date with. I'm going to take my friend and fuck you because you're a nice guy.
Yep.
Like...
And Charlie's like, that was awful. Painful to watch. He's like, I'm wearing her down.
And can I point out the fact that Charlie was nowhere near this conversation?
Yeah.
Charlie walks into the conversation, like, from the other fucking
but
room.
I think he knows. Well, he knows his best friend, and he's like, he sees the interaction from across the room. He's like, I know how this is going to end. And then when he sees it end, he walks into the end. Well, that was painful to watch.
Yeah.
Cut to, it's raining. So we see a person running in with, like, a paper over their head, and then it's like a roadie run, like,
it's just like we're going from ankle, because apparently now she's bent over fixing her shoe, which I'm like, if you're soaking wet, I don't think you give a shit about your shoe, but we have to have her bent over, because this is how we make movies. And it just sort of like leans over to her, and it's slowly rolling up, and then I like how it cuts to the two guys who are like, what the hell?
Like, you might as well see their jaw, like, completely on the floor.
Which we do later.
Yeah.
Because we can do that.
And then she comes in, and Charlie...
I like this. He's just like, watch and learn.
Yeah.
And he just goes, Hi, can I help you? Can you hold this? I'll hold anything you want. Can you help me? To Stanley. And I'm like, oh, that's just... That exchange is fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
And she's trying to open up an account, and she, quote, talks about his tie,
and clearly flirting with him.
Yeah.
But
then
purpose.
we find out why her purse is a camera, and we cut to Dorian, the main bad guy for the film, and his crew. I guess we find out later, she's his girlfriend, because they're going to knock over the bank, And
she's got a camera casing out all the security.
And here's the weird thing.
Yeah.
Because his main guy is, it's number 2, his Bob the Goon here. His name is Freeze.
Yes.
And he says, well, the doctor's about to operate. But if you look at the credits, one of his goons is named Doc.
Yeah. It's very confusing. His name is Freeze, and he calls himself the Doctor.
Yeah.
But he's got one named Doc.
But there's a character named Doc. I don't know which one of them is. Maybe the blonde guy. I don't know.
Nameless, faceless goon who really cares.
I know the weird bald guy with a ponytail's named Orlando.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
By the way, before my hair decided to disappear, I really wish I'd done that once. The last time I had long hair, I wish I had done that.
It's a choice.
It is a choice. It's definitely a choice. I wish I'd done that for a day, but I did not.
So after they're flirting, he goes home. Well, he goes to the mechanic to get his car out of the shop.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where they scam him because it's just like, well, I got my oil changed, but they want this done and that's broken. And he's like, well, you're lucky you came in because oh my God, it's a mess.
And I'm literally going, as a kid, I didn't question this. As an adult, I'm like, okay, give me my fucking car back.
Yeah.
You're clearly robbing me. Give me my fucking car. If there really is a problem, I'll take it to a real fucking mechanic, not two assholes that are clearly robbing people.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do that.
Because he needs a car, because he needs to go to the Coco Bongo, because his buddy Charlie's got an inn. Mm-hmm. So, get the loaner, he says. Oh, the loaner.
Yeah.
And it's just the old
50s Studebaker.
Yeah. And it is dusty, and it is rundown, and it is...
Yeah. It's some nasty-ass shit.
Yeah. And he pulls up in front of everyone, and everyone's laughing, and what does he say? He's just like...
My real car's in the shop. It's
not
a classic.
A lie.
And then he goes, it's a classic. And I was like, oh, Jesus, come on.
As it as out of the fucking...
As the valet guy gets in and Stanley has to help him push it.
I don't know, and Charlie gets in, Stanley doesn't, because Charlie's too busy with the 2 girls he's brought. I'm like, who is this guy? He looks just as much of a loser as Stanley, but he's got women. He's got an inn at the Coco Bongo, which is the hottest club in town.
My thing is, I think he's friends with that dude.
Dorian?
No. The bouncer.
Oh, the door guy.
Because the bouncer's the one who lets him in.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Charlie, what's up?
He's friends with the dude for whatever reason. Maybe he helped him in the bank or whatever. And he told those girls that he can get them in. Mm-hmm. Because even pretty girls at this club have to wait in line.
Right.
So he's like, I can get you in. So the girls are like all over him to get in. My guess is they didn't last long.
That's fair.
Because if they did, he wouldn't be trolling for ladies the next day.
Also, the jacket he's wearing is...
It's spectacular.
It's like this orange and black cheetah thing. I don't know.
It is quite the jacket. But yeah, so Stanley, instead of fixing the situation, again, I guess this all just sort of goes how losery he is.
Yeah.
But
crosses the rope.
Yeah, and he could have just called over Bobby, which he did, kind of. He tried to. So
Charlie.
Call him over. No, Bobby was the bouncer. He could have been like, I'm with Charlie. Grab Charlie. He'll tell you. He doesn't say any of that.
No.
He just says, my friends are on the inside, which is what everyone fucking says.
Sure they are.
Dorian says, throw him out.
Well, because he passes the rope and you don't cross the rope. But Dorian's there and he's like, toss him. Lose him.
Yeah.
And, of course, he gets thrown into a puddle.
No, he doesn't get thrown in the puddle. He gets thrown on the ground, which hurts. And then, as he stands up, a car drives, hits a puddle, and then soaks him. And he does, the Jim Carrey fucking pose of,
Yeah.
And then, of course, turns around, there's a limo.
And Tina comes out. And she's not like, oh, God. She's like, oh, hey, Stanley.
Yeah.
How are you?
She genuinely seems to like him. And my whole thought is, so he's being now thrown out. Why doesn't she just go, you're not staying for my show?
Yeah. Do you want to come in?
Would you like to come in? No, she doesn't say any of that. I'm not liking her yet either.
Yeah.
It is very strange.
Valet pulls up with his shitty car. That's not my car.
That's not my car. Which he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
So why not just say, my car's in the shop,
but
this
sir,
is what the asshole gave me.
The ticket came with the key.
Well,
Fine.
I know. I'll take it. You know, when you're driving a Porsche, like, if you were driving a Porsche, you wouldn't take this piece of shit.
But then he drives away. Of course, the loner breaks down on the bridge. It's still raining. He's just like, oh, God.
My life is shit.
Goes into the water, looks down to the water, thinks he sees a body, and then springs into action to save him?
Well, he's a nice guy.
I guess so.
I mean, this is literally trying to be the epitome of nice guys finish last.
Gets down, jumps into the, I'm sure, the dirtiest water.
Yeah, considering the pollution on the matte painting, I would believe so.
Because we see later when they look into the skyline, it's like green.
Yeah, which has to do with the park they're in, which is Landfill Park.
Yeah.
Which used to be a landfill. This city seems to have been built on a landfill. Yeah. That's what this is.
So he finds out it's just garbage and seaweed and plastic.
But he finds the mask.
But he punches through a thing and he pulls out the mask. And then the cop's like, hey, what are you doing down there?
Like, I'm looking for my mask.
Found it.
Got it.
Yeah. And then, of course, he's, going home, comically covered in water.
Yeah.
Tracking water onto the stairs and then onto the carpet. And for the second movie in a row, runs afoul of his landlord.
Yeah.
This time, it's Mrs. Peenman. And she's just as much of a fucking pain as the last guy.
She's kind of worse.
Yeah, she's kind of worse.
She literally tells him what he's allowed to watch on TV.
Yeah. My new carpet!
Yeah, it's like, this is coming right out of your security deposit. And he's just like, God damn it. And he goes, you know what, Mrs. Peenman? And she goes, what? He goes, nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you are, I guess. A big nothing. I'm like, wow, you're not allowed to say that. He has every right to call her a bitch now. But
when he finally gets in, he's like, aren't you due back at the castle to get your bolts tightened?
I should have said that. Yeah, you should have.
And it's one of those things where we've all been there, like, I should have said
It's the jerk store.
Yeah. But when we get to the star of the show, his dog, Milo.
Yes. Milo is awesome.
Can't be a show dog, because this dog does not
doesn't
follow any orders.
No, this dog doesn't do shit.
When he's like pulling because he throws a frisbee to him, and then when he pulls it back, I can't throw it if you're attached to it, and then he lets go and he smacks himself in the mouse. I'm like, that was probably improv.
Yep. I think this dog was actually a very famous dog that was used a lot.
Oh yeah,
might have been Fraser's dog.
Oh yeah,
might have been Moose.
Okay.
I can try to look that up.
Okay. Because I mean, it's a dog, right? How many show dogs are there in Hollywood?
Especially beagles like that.
Was it a beagle?
I think it is. I'm not big on dog breeds, so I don't know all that well.
And then he puts on like any adult. Well, I mean, I'm one to talk. I watch cartoons.
I watch cartoons a lot.
But then he puts in an old VHS tape of Tex Avery cartoons. And he's laughing, and then he's, turn down those cartoons, Stanley. Yes, Mrs. Payman.
Like, why can't he watch cartoons? Like, I mean, if it's too loud, just turn it down. But he really gets upset by this, and it's weird.
Yeah. Well, he's back. You want to watch his funny shows.
Yeah.
So he looks at the mask. He's looking at it.
Max the dog. Let's see.
And then, nope.
No. He's in this, and then 6 years later is in a film called Mr. Accident.
Well, there you go.
Which, even though it's PG-13, kind of looks like a porno.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean? Like,
Milo didn't...
Look at the one picture of a screenshot.
Yeah.
That looks like a porno waiting to happen.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on.
There you go. Max the dog. He does what it's a mask. What do you do with a mask? You're going to put it on your face, but then it flashes green when he looks at it from like afar, and when he goes to it, it's going to suck. It
sucks towards his face, and he pulls and goes, "No way!" And I'm like, "Okay, now you never try to put that on again."
Yeah, but nope, puts it right on, and then
spins around. Well, he starts. He's like it's hurting, like it's like a old horror movie, like he's scratching at it and whatnot, and then he spins around like the Tasmanian Devil. Hint, hint. And then comes out and smoking.
We get the mask.
Yeah.
And he's going out. He's going to go out to town. He's got to sneak out because Mrs. Peenman
does. He sees the.
So he does the exact sneaking voice. It's the exact sneaking thing he did as Ace Ventura. The hands up, legs up on your tippy toes.
Just really overtly
looks at the camera and goes shh,
and then does the whole thing because he breaks the fourth wall all the time, which is great. And then a anthropomorphic alarm clock starts ringing and bounces out of his face. And he just
laughs like Salacious Crumb.
And he just goes, oh. uh-oh. And he, like, literally is just, like, concerned by this. And he tries to catch it, and he goes, oh, I